Geez, I'm slow at getting a video started this morning. Butt scratching and whatever else. I happen to have that piece of tin. It had this bend in it. It's just the right size for the light switch to fit inside. And get this bend and the mount holes. I'm going to go ahead and I'll clean this up, bring this around here, and then just put a little filler piece in. Probably do that in too. Just braces it back. Hide stuff a little bit, even though it's not going to hide much on this side. But I had an interesting one. I just literally had this switch apart yesterday. I always hate taking these apart because they crimp them. And sometimes you break those out when you try to do it and you screw it up and you can't get them back in right. You can't get them to crimp right and stay tight. This one actually worked out all right. Contacts they weren't corroded, but they just weren't real good. Polished them all up, stretched the springs a little so they made better contact. I don't believe I had I didn't have the knob off. Only time that came off was to take it out of the dash on the other. Yeah, the one that used to set right there. I'll figure out what it's called. I'm just having a good day. Really, it's not a bad day. Just thinking and thinking. I went to pull that off of here. I couldn't get it off. Pulled the damn stem out. I don't know what's supposed to hold the stem in. It's got a spline on the end that goes into the plastic piece that the contacts are mounted on. And there is a recess, and I kind of wonder if maybe there's supposed to be a clip in that recess to keep it from coming out. I don't know. Because when we had this apart, I didn't pull the plastic piece out. There's a plastic barrier piece between this piece and the contacts so that when you rotate, the contacts come out of the way where they're not touching anything. So I just wasn't any reason to pull it out, so I didn't take it out. I worked it back and forth. I put some more lube in there because on the bottom side in here, there's little detents. When you turn the valve or turn the knob, the detents line up and they lock in so that your contacts stay put where they belong. So I don't know, but I put a little dielectric grease on there just because I felt it needed a little lubrication, and there is an O-ring that rides about where my fingernail is there. I don't know what hell holds it in. Okay, maybe there's supposed to be a clip. If there is, it's in there somewhere, and hopefully it's not a metal clip and it doesn't short stuff out. I'm not going to try to take it apart to find out. I got lucky the first time. So usually you take those apart and you're screwed. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. And yes, I drug the plasma out. I really wish we were set up in here where that plasma could be hooked up all the time and ready to go like the welder is, but we're not. This is a very, very, very important jig. It will go right there and the plasma will cut a hole using it. What that is for, and I left it over here. Spin you around, get you dizzy. Whee! That has cut quite a few holes for these. Yeah, one hand in a box and grabbing it wrong. Here, I just leave it upside down for you. Good hour meters. They work. They're inexpensive, easy to hook up. I want to say, this one's been around a while. Haven't put one or anything for a while. They're like $12 at Napa. They might even be cheaper elsewhere. But they work. All you gotta do is hook them up. Positive, negative. I'm not gonna run an extra wire around to the light switch for it. I'll just jump off the light switch to power it. I'm still going to have to run a ground wire because there's no ground wire up there to anything. I'll piggyback on one of these, either this one or this one. I'll just piggyback on it because power goes to both these. I think I explained that in another video. This one does the headlights. This one does field lights or tail lights and warning lights. So they split that up for a reason. And I'm hoping to use all LEDs. I'm probably, one set of flashers I'm planning on putting up here will be hanging on the boom saddle mount, which will be, about the middle of that ladder right there. And that'll stick out hopefully far enough. I plan on putting double-faced lights hanging off the bottom of that. They'll probably be regular incandescent because flasher units don't like LEDs. They need the incandescent, they need the extra draw, so they'll cycle. It's either that or you buy an adapter that is supposed to put a load on your flasher so that it will actually work. But why do that when, just all you need is one frickin' bulb. And on the back, I think I showed them before too. I just got to figure out where they're going. I have these laying around. I think I am going to get a set of yellow ones. I'll go ahead and put a brake light on here just because. So I need the red for a brake light and I need the yellows for the flashers. But they're probably going to be set in the middle somewhere over there. It'll work. And Jesus, 7 minutes of me babbling and me wondering who's here. Oh, Maury. Yeah, you couldn't see. I think he was bringing another bale of sorghum out, feeding that to a couple of those 2-year-olds that aren't milking real good, and it seems to be helping. He has some, we don't. So, okay, back to my grind. There it is. And yes, those are a couple spots where apparently I didn't get everything off of it. And the can of paint's getting really, really, really low. There's like 2.5 coats on there. I was kind of hoping it was going to bridge over at least that spot in the middle of the screen because that won't be covered. The other spot, it ends up underneath the switch. But there's that. And, it's almost noon, but everybody's decided they need time away. Number one's just leaving, her and Tanner. Tanner's got homework to do, and he's supposed to help his dad with some stuff today, so. And number one wants to, since she's been out here all weekend, she wants to spend a little bit of time with Maury, so. And I put the jumpers on, and yes, my lights do work. I was going to show you that, but I already unhooked it. I actually remembered which one was which when it made it to the bottom down here because there's a couple color changes in the middle. I figure out how to get them run up in there. I think I'm just going to run wire down. I don't know. We'll see. I still got the ignition to put in, and hopefully there's enough room in that console to get all the wires out with those hoses. I'll find out eventually. I don't know how much more I'm going to do today. Had some friends coming out with their little kids. And, yeah, it's kind of neat once in a while to see some little kids. They're good friends. Haven't seen them in a while. It's actually Ben's sister and brother-in-law. Ben's 2 little nephews. So I may not get much done today. Such is life, right? And of course, I haven't got number one up there to finish cleaning stuff up yet either. So I might have to do that. Who knows? She did get up on the front yesterday and clean a little up in the corners. Biggest thing is every morning I got to remember what I got going on. It's like this mess of wires. I got to remember what's what. Oh well.